So this is the deck that we have right now. As you can see, it's very old. The stair actually, the bottom step here is completely broken off. So it is a bit of a safety hazard, to tell you the truth. But yeah, it's definitely time. And as you can see, it's also tiny. So we are going to get a brand new deck put on. And it's going to extend. So we live in the country, so we're actually on a septic tank. The septic tank is right around here. So we just need to make sure that when we do build, we can only build out to a certain point so that we're not hitting the septic tank. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move the stairs to the other side where we won't have issues with the septic tank, and we're going to extend the deck out as far as we can. Another thing that we had to consider was that there's windows underneath each one. But when we talked to the contractor, he said that extending past this window, it shouldn't make it too dark underneath as long as we keep the bottom part open. So yeah, we're super excited. And we decided that we're gonna go with composite over wood. So yeah. So this here is our old deck. It looks okay on camera, honestly. But believe me when I tell you, it's definitely falling apart. I can show you here. You can see here, this is like completely fallen off. It's actually a bit of a safety hazard at this point. And you can see the grooves in the wood, or in the composite. You know, you can only power wash it so much, but there's stuff definitely that's just deep in there that is not gonna come out. And the plastic's starting to break in certain spots, it's not good. So what we wanna do is we want to use a composite. So I have a copy of it here. So this is called Coral, Caribbean Coral. It's a composite from Infinity, and that's what we're going to use to replace it. And it's going to have white, what do you call it? It's going to have white railings. With it, and I think the white and the gray will look really nice. When we decided that we wanted to use composite over wood, I didn't want to make it look like it was going to be fake wood, because I feel like it just gives a little bit of unnatural feeling. I also kind of dug deep with what I really like in outdoor spaces, and the way I did that was I went on Pinterest and basically just looked at all of my previous pins on all the outdoor spaces I've ever pinned in my life, and I came to the realization that I don't really like the look of wood decks, because everything that I would pin and like on there was all like kind of European garden, very much cement, a little bit of composite. So I think that the color that I chose here, the Caribbean Coral, I think that it kind of looks very similar to what concrete would look like, and I just loved how it looked up against the white. So I think this is definitely a good choice. It's not trying to be anything other than what it is, but it's also a little bit more interesting because it's not all gray. It's got some different kind of layers in there, and also you can tell it's well made, well engineered, because there's a lot of grooves in this, which will be nice. I also didn't want to go too dark with it, because the sun's going to beat down on it and it'll get super hot, and that will be miserable if I can't even get out on my deck to enjoy it because of how the sun is hitting it. So we are definitely going to go with a bigger deck as well. So you can see the orange lines that are there. So from this angle, you can kind of see a little bit better the orange marks. That will be the end of the deck. And then we're going to have stairs that will be going down. They're going to be very wide stairs on both sides of the point there on the right. And I think that'll look really nice. And the deck itself falls just short of the septic tank, which is perfect. Alright, so step one is we got to demolish the existing deck. As you can see, it's not in good shape, so we are going to completely demolish it and get ready to set up the new one.
Knock that last pillar out, but then we'll keep going. Maybe I'll knock the pillar out if you're good. Just be careful throwing any concrete in the truck because I don't want to break my window again. I don't want to go through it.
Wow, look at that.
I know. What a difference.
Solid concrete in there. Wood underneath you.
Oh, it's starting to rot. Good timing. I think that's so.
Look at all this rot here.
Oh, that's even worse than I thought.
It's a good thing we're ripping this down.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Well, that makes me feel better about getting rid of this.
This is all the wood from the project that we're burning. As you can see, it's very dry because it is burning very hot. So the deck is all gone and it's ready for the next one. As you can see, this is what the original brick looked like before it got painted white. Don't love orange brick if I'm being honest, but we'll probably leave it to see, because he's likely going to put another board just over that, so it's going to cover it again, and we'll see if there is anything else that we got to touch up. We'll do it that way. Just took my two samples, the two runner-ups I wanted, and I just took them outside just to see what they would look like in the lighting. Ultimately, as you know, I went with the one on the left, just because it's a little bit lighter, but overall, it's always a good idea to grab a sample. I was able to take these for free. I just had to give them back after. So here you can see some progress clips. As I said, we did contract this out. So our contractor was working on it during the day while I was at work, and then I was taking these clips at night. You can see the stairs starting to get developed, and I think they look amazing. I asked the contractor if he could do the risers in white, so it's just regular PVC, white PVC, and it matches the railings that we chose perfectly. The railings are a little bit lower profiles, you'll see at the end, just so that we could look over, and again, I think it just goes with the overall look of the house really, really well, and it's not super modern, it's definitely a little bit more traditional. So here's the deck almost finished. There's some holes that the contractor just needs to come back and fill, but overall I'm super happy with it. It looks absolutely beautiful and better than I could have imagined. So now it's time to decorate it, my favorite part. So we're just out buying some stuff. So we got a smoker for the deck, as well as a deck box to put all of our cushions in so that they're protected. And we're also gonna get these plastic Adirondacks for the fire. Before, what we were doing was putting the dining table chairs out by the fire, but now that they're nice wicker, I don't want to do that, so we're just gonna get these durable plastic ones instead. I'm super happy with the deck and how it turned out. As you can see, it looks a little bit unfinished on the side and underneath here. I asked the contractor if he would purposely not fill that in. My main concern was that there is a bedroom window that is under there, so I didn't want to close it all up and have it be incredibly dark, pitch black under there. So what I think I'm going to do in the meantime, I'm not opposed to getting the that white siding. I can't remember what it's called. It kind of looks like a trellis going up. I'll see if I can put a photo here. I'm not opposed to eventually putting that on there, and that to me would be a very easy DIY for me to put on myself, not necessarily pay for someone to do it. And then what I want to try first, before that, is to see if I can kind of cover up some of these posts with some nice plants. So the plan would be to extend the garden all the way out to here, and then fill all that area in as a garden. Now, with that said, I do still think that we need to do something with this part here. It looks like it should be white, and right now I think it looks a little bit unfinished. So I'm just going to go in with my fusion paint and just quickly paint that white and see if that looks better. I do not have a lot of this left, so hopefully we can get through both sides. I was able to get one coat on, and then I ran out of my fusion paint. So for this small amount, I don't want to go buy new paint. So I'm just going to use what I have on hand. This it's actually exterior paint that was just used in another project in the front. It's Chantilly Lace by Benjamin Moore. So I'm just going to treat the fusion paint almost like a primer. It has a built-in primer actually in it. So I'm going to use that as the base, and then I'm just going to go in with a second coat of this. I have a straight line here. I don't know if you can see that. I went straight down, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in on an angle, kind of like this, and what it's going to do is it's going to make like the perfect edging trench for me. So again, coming on an angle here. I'll do a little bit just so you can see. So now, when I go to lift this up, it'll give me a nice line. Like that. Super easy. And I'll just do that for the remainder. So the deck is finally done. I'm going to give you a full tour of what it looks like because I just can't wait to show you.